Hey there, adventurous foodies! Welcome back to Nostalgia Area. Today we're firing up the grill and taking a smoky journey through time to uncover some of the most unusual barbecue foods from around the world that have faded into history. These weren't your everyday hot dogs and burgers. They were bold, inventive, and sometimes downright bizarre creations that brought people together around the flames. So grab a plate and get ready to sink your teeth into some forgotten barbecue delights from days gone by. Our first stop takes us back to ancient Europe, where a hedgehog was surprisingly on the menu. And no, they didn't just throw the little guy on the fire like a marshmallow. They wrapped it in clay and then baked it, making a prehistoric version of a slow cooker. The best part? When you cracked open the hardened clay, it conveniently took the spines with it, leaving behind tender meat. It was considered a delicacy and a practical meal for travelers and hunters. Imagine showing up to a party and they're not just roasting a pig, but an entire camel. That's Bedouin hospitality for you. This over-the-top dish involved stuffing a camel with a lamb, then stuffing that lamb with chickens, then stuffing those chickens with eggs and rice. Basically, it was the Russian nesting doll of a barbecue. If you needed to feed an entire village or just impress your neighbors, this was the way to go. While it sounds outrageous today, it was once a sign of generosity and abundance. Japan gave us sushi, ramen, and grilled chicken liver on a stick. These skewers featured marinated chicken liver cooked over hot coals and brushed with a sweet soy glaze. In the 1970s, they were a popular street snack before they started falling out of favor. Why? Maybe people realized that bold and rich flavor was just a fancy way of saying it tastes like iron. If you thought chicken was the most versatile meat, think again. In Central America, iguana was once a barbecue staple. Marinated with lime and spices, it was cooked over an open fire and people swore it tasted just like, well, chicken. Though it may sound strange now, locals appreciated the tender meat. As modern farming became prevalent, iguana barbecue faded into obscurity. This tropical delight involved wrapping freshly caught fish in banana leaves with herbs and spices before placing it on the grill. The banana leaves helped lock in moisture and imparted a unique, earthy aroma to the fish. While this is still a delicacy in remote villages, modern city folks have traded banana leaves for tin foil because, apparently, convenience beats tradition. Who needs lettuce when you have cactus? In rural Mexico, nopales, grilled cactus pads, were a barbecue favorite, offering a slightly tangy taste and a texture somewhere between a green bean and an alien life form. They were delicious, nutritious, and had just enough of a slime factor to keep things interesting. Grilled eel was a popular street food in England during the 19th and early 20th centuries. Vendors would skewer and grill the eels right on the street, offering a smoky, savory treat to passers-by. Nowadays, the only time people willingly eat eel is at a high-end sushi restaurant, and even then, they pretend it's something else. Cornbread on the grill? Absolutely! In the southern United States, people would often cook cornbread in cast-iron skillets placed directly on the barbecue. The result was a crispy, smoky crust with a soft, fluffy interior. Basically, it was the best thing to happen to cornbread until someone added jalapenos and cheese. Lotus Root, known for its crunchy texture and mild flavor, was often grilled over open flames in China. Marinated in a savory soy-based sauce, It was a unique vegetarian barbecue option. While it can still be found in some regions, grilled lotus root has largely given way to more mainstream barbecue fare. Once considered a delicacy, smoked pigeon was a common dish at outdoor feasts in rural France. The birds were marinated in wine and herbs, then slowly smoked over a wood fire. While pigeon is still eaten in gourmet restaurants, the traditional barbecue version has mostly disappeared. Imagine cracking open a spiky sea urchin, throwing it on the grill, and waiting for magic to happen. Mediterranean coastal communities once enjoyed this dish regularly, proving that if it comes from the sea and doesn't actively try to escape, someone will find a way to barbecue it. As fishing regulations tightened, this dish faded into memory. For many Native American tribes, acorns were a vital food source. They were roasted over open fires to create a crunchy, smoky snack. Acorns required careful preparation to remove their bitterness, but once ready, they provided a nutritious addition to any meal. It was the original trail mix before someone figured out chocolate and peanuts were way more exciting. Known as savayo, grilled sheep's head was a traditional Icelandic dish. The entire head was cleaned, seasoned, and slowly grilled until tender. If you ever wanted your dinner to stare back at you while you eat it, this was the meal for you. Though it might sound unappealing to outsiders, it was a cherished part of Icelandic cuisine, symbolizing resourcefulness. Today, it's mostly found during special cultural events. Hawaiians once had a fondness for skewers made with alternating chunks of juicy pineapple and savory Spam. Grilled over hot coals, the combination of sweet and salty flavors made these skewers a hit at beachside gatherings and luau's. This delightful dish brought people together, evoking the laid-back communal spirit of island life. While Spam remains a popular ingredient in many Hawaiian dishes, these barbecue pineapple and Spam skewers have now become more of a nostalgic memory, a cherished part of the culinary heritage that isn't seen as often at modern gatherings. In Northern Europe, particularly in Norway, smoked whale meat was once a common item at barbecues. The meat was carefully marinated and smoked over hardwood, resulting in a rich, gamey flavor that was highly prized. This traditional dish played a significant role in the culinary culture of the region. However, due to conservation efforts and changing attitudes towards whale hunting, the practice of barbecuing whale meat has largely disappeared. Roasted chestnuts, the original winter comfort food. These toasty little treats warmed the hands and bellies of festival goers for centuries. If you've ever tried to roast them yourself, you know it's 50% nostalgia and 50% trying not to start a kitchen fire. While still found at holiday markets, home roasting has declined, probably because people figured out microwaves exist. Breadfruit, a starchy tropical fruit, was once a staple in Caribbean barbecues. Sliced and grilled until golden brown, it was served as a side dish or snack. Its subtle sweetness and hearty texture made it a favorite. But as Western fast food crept in, breadfruit barbecues slowly disappeared, because apparently fries are just more exciting. Barbecued snails, or Coeli borboristi, were a beloved delicacy on the island of Crete. The preparation involved seasoning the snails with a generous sprinkling of salt and a few sprigs of fragrant rosemary before grilling them to perfection. This dish truly showcased the resourcefulness of island communities, making the most of their natural surroundings. While you might still find barbecued snails in some rural areas, They have become quite a rarity in modern times, a nostalgic nod to traditional culinary practices. Southern barbecues weren't just about meat. They knew how to grill up a dessert, too. Peaches were halved and placed directly on the grill until they developed a beautiful caramelized exterior. Often served with a drizzle of honey or a luxurious scoop of vanilla ice cream, these grilled peaches were a true testament to Southern hospitality and culinary creativity. Although they haven't entirely vanished, grilled peaches are now a less common sight at gatherings, making their appearance all the more special when they do show up. In various parts of Asia, roasted cicadas were considered a seasonal delicacy. These insects were collected during their brief emergence periods, skewered, and roasted over open flames. If you could get past the whole eating a bug thing, they were actually pretty high in protein. Today, they're more of a novelty food, reserved for the brave or those who lost a bet. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of unusual barbecue foods from around the world that have faded into history. These dishes might seem strange by today's standards, but they tell fascinating stories of cultural traditions and culinary creativity. Which of these barbecue delights would you be brave enough to try? Let us know, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tasty trips down memory lane. Until next time, happy grilling!